Sofia the First, the heart of a true princess. Once upon a time, in a small peaceful village surrounded by colorful meadows and singing birds, there lived a sweet little girl named Sofia. She lived with her mother, Miranda, who was a shoemaker. They were not rich, but their home was full of laughter, kindness, and love. Sofia loved helping her mother in the shop and talking to animals. She would often say, "Even the smallest bird has the biggest heart." One bright morning, everything changed. The royal messenger arrived at their door with a golden envelope. It was an invitation from King Roland II, the ruler of the Enchantia Kingdom. He had noticed Miranda's fine work and wanted her to make shoes for the royal family. When Miranda went to the palace, the king was impressed not just by her craftsmanship, but also by her gentle heart. Over time, they became good friends, and soon after, the king asked her to marry him. Sofia couldn't believe it. Her mother was going to be the queen, and she would become Princess Sofia. When they moved into the grand palace, everything looked magical: tall towers, golden doors, shining chandeliers, and hundreds of rooms. But Sofia felt nervous. The palace was so big, and everyone seemed so formal. King Roland welcomed her warmly, but his two children from before, Amber and James, did not seem so happy. Amber, the older princess, looked at Sofia's simple dress and whispered, "She's not a real princess." Sofia felt her heart sink. That night, in her new pink room, Sofia looked at her reflection in the mirror and said softly, "Maybe I don't belong here." Just then, her magical necklace, the amulet of Avalor, began to glow. A soft, kind voice echoed, "True princesses are kind, brave, and true to themselves." The next day, Sofia went to Royal Prep Academy, a special school for princes and princesses. She met her teachers Flora, Fauna, and Merryweather, the three fairy godmothers. They taught her everything from royal dancing to the proper way to greet a unicorn. Still, Amber continued to tease her. "You can't dance, Sofia. You're just a village girl." Sofia tried her best to stay calm. "Maybe," she smiled, "but I'll try until I can." A few weeks later, a royal ball was announced. It was Sofia's first big event as a princess. She wanted to look beautiful and dance gracefully. She practiced for days, but on the night of the ball, she tripped and fell during the first dance. Everyone laughed softly, except James, who helped her up. "Don't give up, Sofia," he said kindly. "You just need confidence." Sofia smiled and thanked him. She left the ballroom quietly and went into the garden to cry. Suddenly, the amulet glowed again, and out appeared Cinderella. Cinderella placed a gentle hand on her shoulder. "Every princess has a first mistake, Sofia. What matters is how you rise again. Being royal isn't about being perfect. It's about being kind and brave." Encouraged, Sofia returned to the ballroom. This time she didn't worry about how she looked. She simply smiled and enjoyed herself. Soon, everyone began clapping as she danced beautifully and gracefully. Even Amber was amazed. Days passed, and one afternoon, a problem struck the kingdom. The royal flying horse, Minimus, got stuck in the forest swamp during training. Everyone panicked. Amber refused to help, saying, "It's too muddy. Princesses don't go into swamps." But Sofia ran toward the forest with courage. She called out, "Minimus! Hold on, I'm coming." She tied a rope around a tree, stepped into the mud, and gently pulled him out. With the help of a few forest animals, she freed Minimus safely. When she returned, covered in mud, the king looked shocked. "Sofia, you could have been hurt." She smiled and said, "A princess must always help those in need, Your Majesty, even if it means getting dirty." King Roland's eyes softened. "You're right, Sofia. You've shown the heart of a true princess." The next morning, Amber came to Sofia's room quietly. "I'm sorry," she said. "You're more of a princess than I ever was." "I was jealous." Sofia hugged her. "We can be sisters and friends, Amber." From that day on, Amber and Sofia did everything together, flying on Minimus, studying at Royal Prep, and helping others in the kingdom. Sofia's kindness spread everywhere she went. Even magical creatures like fairies, elves, and talking rabbits began visiting her. Her necklace continued to glow whenever she helped someone selflessly. Years later, people in the kingdom still told stories of the young girl who became a princess, not because of her crown, but because of her heart full of kindness. Moral: being a princess isn't about royal blood or fancy gowns. It's about kindness, courage, and believing in yourself.